Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Meeting Folks, where we are having chats with musicians that we know, we are friends with, we have stories to share. So today we are going to have a very good friend who is Keith from Cruachan, Irish band, mythic Irish band from Ireland, one of the pioneers of folk metal. And we are going to have it today with us as soon as he is here ready. Let's see. Waiting for you. Julio!
Hola, Emilio.
Hey man, how you doing?
Very good. How's things?
Well, let me adjust the volume a little bit. Yeah, now I think it's better. All the way from Ireland, the good kid from Cruachan.
Oh yeah,
Are you comfortable in your room?
I am. I set up my phone on a kind of a thing that I got in IKEA, so I don't need to use my hands. I'm just lying here on my bed. It's great.
Yeah, I'm using my hand either. I have like a secret device that I just put my phone on.
Actually, let's do this. Let's actually lie fully down. There we go.
So literally in bed.
In bed with Keith. Apologies if I fall asleep.
Okay, this is fun because last week I did live with Damned, from Elven King from Italy,
Yeah.
and I was in a very nice location in Norway with the mountains in the background. Now I'm just here at home, my studio room. You're in your bed.
Fuck. Next one will be on the fucking toilet.
Well, I don't think people will be looking forward to that.
Indeed.
So, how are things in Ireland? How are things with Cruachan? As bad as everyone, I guess.
Yeah, Ireland's starting to go to shit again. So, starting tonight, there's new lockdowns. There's new things in place where we can't have like any people in our homes anymore. It's not as strict a lockdown as we had in March, but we're all restricted to stay in our counties. We can't travel outside our counties for the next 3 weeks because the numbers just started, like in the rest of the world, the numbers of infections started going up really, really high. But again, like the rest of the world, not as many people are dying. We're noticing it's affecting younger people, and the deaths seem to be really less, which hopefully is a good sign. But it's just, isn't it just the fucking worst? Like, what is this life that we're all in? It's absolutely mental.
The thing is that what we've been talking with all the people here is that it's gonna be over at some point, because if you go into human history, has been things much better, much worse than this. So it's gonna be over at some point. But meanwhile, it really sucks.
And like, I remember in March, I remember on New Year's Day, I was out with my family, my cousins, my aunts, and I remember watching Sky News talking about this virus in Wuhan. I was like, oh, that's never going to affect us. Just the world, that shit will never get over here. And then it did. I was like, okay, so the shit's hit the fan. Maximum 2 months, and the world will be back to normal. And fucking hell, like, it's never ending.
Boy, in March we started to reschedule our shows for September this year, and now of course it didn't happen again. So, yeah. But since that, what I told you, there's been even that, for example, not going like too much back in time, like other virus like Ebola, for example, is much worse than this. But somehow somehow it didn't spread. It didn't spread like worldwide, like as bad as this.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I know we've all become experts, but I think the thing with COVID-19 is just the fact that you spend 2 weeks without any symptoms spreading it. You get Ebola, within an hour you're bleeding out your fucking arsehole. So, that's the big difference there. Ebola, just immediate symptoms, and you're fucked, you can't travel. COVID is just such a sinister little prick. No matter how bad you get, everyone is asymptomatic for a period, so it's a real dickhead of a virus.
And you might be infected and you don't know, and you are now recovered.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did get infected in March, I had a high fever. I was scheduled to go get the COVID test, but they changed the criteria for testing because things were so bad. And within 3 days, I was fine. But then a friend that I was out with 2 weeks previous to that, months later, said, yeah, Keith, I had COVID-19 that time we were out together. So I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I had it. But that means nothing, because now they're saying having the virus may not give you immunity, or give you temporary.
No, it's like, it's very randomly.
Yeah, it's
you know, but you know, there's a way that you can know if you had it or not. You can know
with the antibody test thing.
For example, if you go for certain kind of test, they can know if you had it before or not.
Yeah. Well, there's antibody testing that you can get done, but
Sorry?
I'm just not bothered. I don't need to know, so I'm not bothering my arse getting them.
But okay, so we always start with this, and we go far with the medical talking and everything. So okay, new single, new album.
Yeah, so we signed with Despot's record in Sweden, and wow, like I've got emails from Omer, who runs the label. He's a fucking great guy, and he's doing so much for us. But I was checking Facebook messages actually this week. I needed an address, and the first thing I noticed was 2020 Cruachan's year.
2020 what?
2020 will be Cruachan's year. But yeah, because things went tits up, Omer actually said, look, let's get a single out. Is it possible to even get into a studio? Because we should have had the new album recorded. I'm probably looking at having it released now, but everything went to shit. So Omer said, let's get a single release. So we managed, in between lockdown opening up, we managed to get into the studio, get the single recorded, and finally we've got a new piece of music out there for the world. It's not necessarily going to be the best song on the album. It was just the most kind of complete song we had ready to go. And it's like anything. Now that it's out there, we need to make that the worst song on the next album, as in every song is going to be better, you know. But no, we're really happy with it. It's a kind of a ballad. It's like our song Ride On, which became really popular. So we did that same kind of ballad, a slow, soft start, the heavy stuff. But it's got a great reception. So it's like the video's got thousands of views, more views in a short period of time than we've ever seen with the Cruachan release. So we're really, really happy. Despots are definitely shown they're a really, really strong, credible label. So only today I was talking to Joe in the band, let's actually knuckle down now and start working on new stuff, because as you know, there's been a big lineup change in Cruachan. Mero, our drummer, he left at the start of the year. We knew he was going anyway because he's relocated to Sweden. He wanted to stay in the band, but it just would have been impossible, and then COVID put all that to shit.
Yeah, you know what? I think like having people from different countries, it wouldn't work in a band. I think, yeah.
I mean, you know, fucking hell. But yeah, so Mero left. He had his reasons to go. Our bass player was gone in January, so we got Joe Farrell, who was in the band for years. He came back in on bass. And then in the middle of COVID-19, Kieran and John left the band, which was a bit of a surprise for me. Like, we haven't fallen out with each other or anything, but still, for me, it came out of the blue. So I've got a full new lineup, and it's going absolutely brilliantly. Like, they're top class musicians, but it's just such a weird situation. Like, if you imagine, Emilio, what it's like when you bring one new member into a band, it's full on. There's a lot of work. But doing it with four, because even Joe joined in February, but COVID hit. So Joe is still pretty much learning a lot, as much as the other three guys. So working with four new members at the same time it's hard work. But we're flying, we are flying. We're rehearsing in the house every week. We've got one studio rehearsal done, and we're just trying to get a 1 hour set learned and perfected. And we've pretty much done that. So now we're getting back into the songwriting stuff. Like, I've got the whole album more or less written in my head. And now, only today I was talking to Joe, let's actually start getting together and working on the new stuff. So hopefully early next year, middle of next year, we should have a new album.
Yeah, we are in a similar situation. Our album was pretty much done, apart from the vocals.
Yeah.
Thing is, Martin, our vocalist, is living in Spain, and he was supposed to come here to Finland in April. Imagine, and only now we are planning that he's gonna come in next month in November. Hopefully, if flights are not fucked up or anything. So, and after that, but the thing is that the music, we are going with the music as far as possible. Start doing premixes and everything.
Yeah.
But it's a shame because the vocals is the only thing that it was left. And yeah, I'm not talking about all the amount of concerts that we had to cancel and reschedule this year.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Yeah, that sucks. I mean,
yeah.
Like, and that's it. Like, I always see the way you work. I remember when you were here in my house and you were working on material on your laptop. I've never been set up to do that, have that kind of luxury. I don't know if I want to. Like, I'm really set in my ways. But man, it's such a luxury to think you can just work on your album in your house, perfected. I'm really old school. Like, I like to go to I like to go to a studio, but still take the music away and sit with it for a few weeks and go back as well. But I'm just don't have that luxury of home recording, home studio kind of stuff.
You know, this, for example, this is what I have here, for example, is very simple, and I even record guitars here that then we do reamplification, but I don't have, like, it's not a studio, it's like a music room, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have the tools that I need to do that. Just a basic, well, not basic, you need a good computer with a good soundboard and everything, but it's not I remember still the first time I was, like, many years ago, with a friend was showing me how to do the home recordings, and I was like, what is this, you know, like with the MIDI files and small squares that what is that, you know? But no.
How do you amp your guitars? Like, do you have them full blast? Do you have neighbors? Because I'm in a housing estate. I couldn't do proper like recording of guitars here because volume.
You just need this then.
Okay.
Just put headphones and that's it. I have the speakers also that okay, I'm not going to use them at 3 a.m. or anything like that, but
yeah,
like in a normal volume at normal hours is fine. So yeah. So how much are you missing touring? I see your post all the time.
Oh my God. And it's funny, like Cruachan, like we made a decision to stop touring, as in, like, you know, weeks and days and days. We just can't. We all have, well, they're all gone now, but even the new members, we all have full-time jobs. So we stopped touring. We do the odd tour when it comes up for a couple of days, but we're just focused mainly on festivals, which is really, it's like luxurious, and like festivals versus touring is just like chalk and cheese. You're treated like royalty. You stay in hotels. When you're touring,
I was actually trying to remember today how many times we actually played together. I mean, like, much in the same festival. I think it was only twice, actually.
Twice.
It was last year in Romania.
Yeah.
But we didn't even play the same day. It was the same festival, but
yeah, we arrived when you were on stage and kind of gate crashed around.
Yeah, that was in Horner Fest.
That's it. Yeah. Horner Fest. Did you play Malpaga?
No.
No. Ragnar.
Yeah. That's true in France. Yeah. So three times.
But that's it. Like I always say, like, festivals are great, you know, luxurious for a band to play. Touring, I just find it's a nightmare. You're stuck on a tour bus. The smell of piss, constant smell of piss from the toilet that needs to be emptied, and if you want to sleep, forget it because everyone else is partying. I sound like an old prick, but it's just...
Yeah, but you know what we have done, for example, now unfortunately we don't have it anymore for some technical reasons, but we are trying to get something like that again. We have our own Martin boat or Singer boat, minivan, not minivan, like a big van, which is like a minibus. So it was a Iveco, big one with
Yeah.
enough space for the gear, merch, and everything. And also it had 6 beds. So
Nice.
we were touring with
Pretty
that,
nice,
and
but my
it
nightmare.
was it was very good because we don't depend on anyone like oh we are late, where is the driver or anything like that. We're just
Yeah,
doing everything on our own,
yeah.
and it worked very good. Unfortunately, now we don't have it anymore, but we are planning to get something like that again. I think
Yeah.
it's the best. It's the best.
It
Like
would be.
you
But like again, that sounds like my fucking nightmare. Just being stuck on a bus driving through Europe day in, day out. Oh my god. I hate it.
I remember your video in where it was in Ukraine, Poland.
Oh my Christ. I just have no words for that. That was the and you know what's bad? We did that festival. Like the festival itself, the first time was fine. But they just cut so many corners that they flew us in hundreds of miles away, so we were stuck in a bus, and it was shit. We said we're never doing that again. And then a few years later, hey, fancy playing the festival again? Like, yeah, okay. And like, I did make some effort to say, don't bring us the same route, and that's exactly what they did. And it was, and the whole festival was just it was a disaster. Like,
Well, it had happened with us, for example, that, oh, we are not going to come back to that venue again anymore. And next year, we are playing.
and look, I mean, I hate seeing bands complain about festivals. And honestly, I've never done it before. I never publicly complained about any festival, any bad experience. And I feel a bit shit that I did it, but it was just so bad. It was just so exceptional how badly treated we are. We arrived at the venue at 2 a.m. in the middle of the Carpathian Mountains. Nobody there to receive us. We were preparing to sleep in a field where wild bears and wolves exist. It was just incredible. And that was the arrival. We were treated like shit by security. Nobody there. We broke into a house. We broke open the door and went in to try find somewhere to sleep. And in the end, that woke somebody who recognized us and said, "Oh, I'll try get somebody." And somebody came, and we got somewhere to sleep. But that was it. That was arriving. We were prepared to sleep in the middle of nowhere, out in a fucking field, and it just got worse from that moment on.
It was yeah, we have some kind of not as bad as that. For example, last year we were playing in. It was also in Romania. It was, yeah, it was after that festival, the morning after, and it didn't look very promising since we had seen the driver the night before.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to the airport like very early, like 6 or 7, and the driver it was already like 2 a.m. and he was drunk, so it didn't look very promising. And then he arrived like we were like already like, okay, where do you remember the location of that festival in Romania? It was also like countryside and no city around or anything.
Dracula's
We were
forest.
desperate trying to get taxis to the airport. And then the guy arrived, with the face when you just wake up after a wild night or something like that.
Oh, no way.
So, and another thing I was thinking today is we have played a lot of countries in Europe, like many countries. I think we are missing. Okay, we didn't play in Montenegro, but the normal countries that bands are touring. We didn't play in Greece. We didn't play in Portugal, and we have never played in Ireland.
Yeah, it'd be great to get.
So, man, when this shit is over, we really need to work on that.
Yeah, definitely. I think I spoke to you about it before, but it's like you could put on a show in Ireland and only have 100 people come, and it's hard to cover. If we're flying a band in, that's an expense, and we're not guaranteed to get that. So it's a bit of a fucker because we're an island. It's just you can't drive in a van.
We have played so many times all over the UK, even Wales, and but the problem is that you need to get the ferry in.
Yeah, no, we need to make that happen in the future when this
absolutely
is gone. Cruachan and Skiltron, get Skyclad in the fucking
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That'll be perfect.
So are you planning to reschedule your yearly show for next year?
Sorry?
If you play like always one show in Ireland a year.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was meant to take place in September. Obviously, it didn't happen. So at the moment, we've pushed it out to January. I'm not sure the date. I have no idea what's going to happen. What the story?
January what year? January what year?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, January 2021. But yeah, it's highly. Is it unlikely? Like, we really don't fucking know. I mean, I've seen festivals take place in different parts of Europe. Excuse me, but who knows? Yeah, we scheduled for January. Who knows? Hopefully, it'll happen.
Okay, well, now there's a question. Will you trade your PlayStation collection for playing live again right now?
Nah.
Your Harry Potter collection.
Fuck, definitely not. Look at what I'm sleeping on my bed. Like, I'm sleeping on the Harry Potter bed.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Are you sure it's not your daughter's bed? It's your bed.
This is my bed, yeah. Here's my video games collection as well.
Phew. So,
this is where the magic happens.
20% of your collection for playing again.
Yeah, 20%. If it's all the shitty games like the FIFAs.
That's okay.
Yeah. Have the FIFAs. We play a gig.
Did you get the new PlayStation?
I will be, yeah. I put my name on the thingy to get it when it releases, so hopefully I'll get it in November.
I think last time I played a video game, it was PlayStation 1, FIFA 98, something like that.
Loser.
Last time I played a game.
You're missing out on a whole world. Video games are just the best.
Yeah, I used to like when I was a kid, but then somehow I lost interest.
It's probably a good thing. I mean, I'm big into, like, I'm really into the collecting, and it's a big passion of mine, but I'm not playing video games every minute of the day. Like, I play maybe only a couple of hours a week, like, if I'm honest. Like, I have a full-time job. I'm busy all the time. And I've got a very short attention span. So after an hour of playing a video game, I go, oh, fuck this. I'll go do something else.
So it's more about the collection now.
Yeah, yeah. And I always say, like a person that collects stamps, for example, they don't send letters with their stamps.
That's true. Well, I was thinking about, I like to buy CDs, but sometimes I don't even put it in the actual CD player, just listen it on Spotify, right?
Exactly.
But I like to have it. I like to have it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, unlike the stamp collector, I do play some of my collection, and it's like I have a library constantly ready to go of a whole museum of every fucking video game. Like, I've nearly 45 different games consoles in my house. From the Atari 2600 right up to the PlayStation 4 Pro and everything in between, so I can just play anything from any era. It's great.
You can start your own museum or something.
Yeah. Not a video game museum, a museum of sex, a sex dungeon. No, I'm going to set up a sex dungeon, not a museum. Do you want to come visit?
No, thank you. Not interested.
You were already in my sex dungeon, you and Matthias.
No, just in your house. So, what about there's any live shows at all happening in Ireland now, or it's just everything is banned and closed? For example, tomorrow I'm going to see a show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where? What is it?
It's Amorphis.
Fuck. Yeah, like my brother was living in Hamburg for a while. He's seen a couple of shows, but no, nothing's happening in Ireland. In the summer, things began to open up, and there were a few small shows where, like, there was 50 people in the venue.
Well, of course, it's limited capacity and everything, but still happening.
Yeah, it was great to see it happen, but it's just gone to shit again. So, and like, one of my favorite places in the world in Ireland is the National Concert Hall, where they put on opera and classical music and that. And I that's what I'm missing the most. I'd go there at least once or twice a month.
Oh, really?
A concert there with the symphony orchestra. Oh, I swear to God, that is killing me. Like whatever about live bands, metal, that's what I want. That's what I miss the most. It's so trying. But hey, it's the same for everyone. So
Well, I'm not. I don't used to go to see bands like a lot. Sometimes it's more like what you say when you play festival, you see other bands that they're playing and everything. But yeah, of course, you miss all the atmosphere and everything to go to play and be touring, meet the other people, and
yeah. Oh, it's just shit. Like, it really is. Like I can't believe. I mean, it's actually we did get to play in 2020 when I looked at it, we played 70,000 tons of metal. But
yeah.
little did I know that's the last show, fucking January.
Well, we play in March.
You did, yeah.
Yeah. In Asia, in Japan.
Oh yeah, with Skyclad. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were fucking meant to be doing that gig.
No, you didn't.
No, you asked me. Remember last year? Fancy.
No, I ask you. Yeah. Okay, but that's like confidential stuff.
Shit.
No. It was yeah. The guy was looking for a band because actually it was Scorpion Clan tour. It wasn't a festival, and the guy was asking me for bands to fill in on the lineup.
Yeah.
So yeah, I suggested, but next time for sure.
Yes, that's where I'd love to. I mean, I'd love to just visit Japan, but
yeah,
never mind playing the gig. But yeah, that would be a dream come true.
Well, I would love to play 70,000 tons of metal, so we can make an exchange.
Swap.
Playing Australia or anything like that will be also awesome for us. That I was wanted to.
I'd love to play Australia, but I don't think I could be arsed traveling that distance to do it. So it was.
Well, you went South America from Ireland for a weekend.
That was but that was what 14 hours on the plane. That was hell. But
so basically, it was all the way from Europe, Joe. Flight, Europe.
Yeah, it was fucking insane. Oh my God. Oh, we've done worse. We did a gig in Siberia, right up in Archangels. Just, I think it's before Siberia. So we flew Saturday morning, Dublin to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to Moscow, Moscow to Archangels. Show, then Archangels to Moscow, Moscow to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to Dublin. We're back in work on Monday morning. Like, insane.
I think the longest flight we have done was I think the first time we came to Europe to play. We were going to start in Germany, and we flew Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo. Different, in Sao Paulo it was only stop, but you stay on the same plane for an hour. Then from Sao Paulo to Istanbul. You get out of the airport, hotel overnight in Istanbul, then next morning back to the airport, and from Istanbul to Hamburg. It was like 30 hours or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare. Fuck that.
Yeah, but imagine the expectation about playing for the first time and everything, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And you get to know Turkey, so it's...
Yeah, I think I was in Istanbul once, but it was we didn't even leave the airport. We were just stuck in the airport for a few hours. That was a meh.
Actually,
the older I'm getting, the less
used to be bands playing. There's like some of those half Europe, half Asia countries like Turkey or Israel, that there's bands going there like especially for a gig and back. Have you seen like they play Istanbul or Tel Aviv?
Well, we played Tel Aviv, and it was the same thing. We were in the country for I think 28 hours, That's how long we were in the country. You just arrived, seen a bit of the city, did the show, and then like 2 a.m. the next morning we were on our way to the airport. It's like, were we even in the fucking country? But great gig, actually. Very controversial. All the like anti-Israel crowd saying don't fucking play Israel, and like, shit, like that was a bit weird. And then when we did play,
I imagine.
it was just a mix of every type of person in the crowd. There was Jewish, there was Muslims, there was Arabs, there was like pagans and Goths. They were all, you know, that was the funny thing. They were all together, mixing just under the fucking banner of metal. You know, there was no religion. It was actually like, it reminded me of the Orphanland video, the Jewish guy and the Muslim girl, you know, rocking out to Orphanland, then going back to their own lives. You know, so all the people that told us not to play there, they said Muslims won't be allowed to see your gig, and people from Gaza won't be able to see your show. There was actually 2 guys from Gaza. We were talking to them, physically speaking to them, because all the anti-Israel people were saying, no, you weren't. I'm like, no, I was conversing with these people. No, just refuse to believe it. And they were there. They were fucking rocking out to the gig. But yeah, that was a great show. But fuck the controversy that goes with play. I just want to play music. Like, keep the fucking politics out of it.
Well, I don't think we didn't ever have a gig like that, like dangerous or anything.
Oh, one of the funniest gigs we did was with was here in Ireland, up in, was it Derry? I think it was Derry, in the Nerve Centre. We were playing, it was Cruachan with Destruction and Amon Amart. And actually talking to oh fucking hell, Amon Amart about it. They remember this show because it was like just early in their career, I guess. When we went on stage, the whole crowd just split into 2. So the kind of the British side, the loyalists, the Protestant side just went to the back, and the Irish, the Catholic, the fucking Republicans went up to the front. It was like, fucking hell, does this shit still happen? It was just, no, that was over 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. Hopefully that kind of crap doesn't happen. No, there's no violence or fighting, but the crowd literally half. It's like, fucking hell.
Well, Julito, if there's anything else you want to add, a lovely message for our lovely crowd.
Go check out my video game YouTube channel and subscribe.
Yeah, that's Cruachan Keith.
Yeah, exactly. Go subscribe and watch all me playing video games and complaining. Old man shouts at cloud type of thing.
Yeah. People normally in Latin-speaking countries, they will call you Cruachan.
I know, or croissant and all that kind of shit. But I laugh at them. I laugh. I go, ha ha ha. This is cruel.
That's what no, but I was going to say, like, the channel is Cruachan K.
In Russia, we've heard Shruchan.
The what?
We've heard some Russian people call us Shruchan.
Shruchan.
I was like, fucking hell. I'm not even going to go there.
Uh-huh. Well, I hope you have a lovely night. Thank you for accepting this invitation.
Thank you.
Hopefully we are going to be on a stage soon together in a festival in Ireland, in the Caribbean, or in the moon.
Bring it on, motherfucker.
Okay, man. Take care. Good night. Thank you.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.